You were still muted. Oh, I think the other one is technically still playing. I think. What's going on here? There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. I have no. Oh, wait. What's going on here? Is it over here? Yes, it is. Alrighty, there we go. I was like, why is it still playing that? Incredible greetings, people. Incredible greetings. Incredible greetings. How art thou? As you guys come in, let me know where you are watching from. what's the it's a song that's like it's like a TikTok one. We'll never kick it on the Friday. And I can't think of what it is. You acting like an old lady. I can't think of the rest of the rap or whatever to that TikTok sound or like real or viral sound. And it's so weird. Like people use them for reels, like for Instagram and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen them even on like YouTube shorts, but people call them like TikTok sounds. It's like that is the thing whenever you have those, or you can, I guess you could just say viral sound. Like they're more so viral sound, viral sounds. I like that better because they're not just TikTok. Like they're not just used for TikTok. But anywho, oh, I said our live broadcast will start shortly. That's still on the screen. We technically have started. So let's just go ahead and put that one up. There we go. Live chat with the professor. I have to get back in the groove of things, although, I mean, it will slightly change a little bit in like the primary discussions unless well when I do the ones that's across like all platforms, unless like it's one that I schedule out and I let you guys know. But I had to take a break from a lot of the creative stuff. um I just don't know how what I want, like I desire to teach, like completely fits into what most of the crafters and creatives are kind of into nowadays. But business and like systems and like all of that and like mindset, that is universal. So I wanted to like the goal and the plan is to ease into that where everything pretty much transforms into speaking on more of like in that area and on those things. But occasionally I will do something exclusively on Silaholics Anonymous. We have September 5th is when we went live to announce Honestly Speaking Sublimation Paper. So we're going to do some things around that. So we'll talk about sublimation during that time. But it's so hard to kind of gauge and know what to kind of discuss. Like I use AI, right? I've used it to create various images, but I'm not the put everything together like for let's say like a t-shirt or a sticker or flyers and things of that nature. That's not my jam. I'll do it for like ideas, especially when I'm stuck. It's great for that, and then I'll design them out in Photoshop or Silhouette Studio or Canva, and then I'll design like I'll use it for like little elements. It just makes my life easier. But I don't like do full on designs. And I feel like most people are looking for like full on designs or how to do like the AI like type videos and stuff like that. And I don't dabble in AI in those areas, or at least not enough to where I will teach it. And then with as far as like using things like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Notebook LM. Again, it's not. I mean, I have a certain way that I teach like in some of the classes or sessions that I've been doing, and I've been speaking in like other groups and stuff like that, or communities. I bring up, and I'll have like those discussions and how I use like AI on the business side of it. Um, but yes, I feel like most people want to learn AI, and it just wasn't what I wanted to necessarily teach. I feel, I mean, even though Silhouette America came out with newer machines, I just feel like there's less and less Silhouette users. Um, so I don't know, like the things that I started this for, I thought that teaching Silhouette Studio would, oh, let me take this gum out my mouth, because I'm trying to hold it in and it's making it where I'm talking weird. I really thought that I would be teaching that forever because I was like, I just don't see that company going anywhere. It's a wonderful machine. Like all the new people, like people it should always be new people. There we go. Oh, I don't like that thing right there. That live with the professor. Let's move you. You're in the way. Let's go ahead and hide you. But I thought that I would always be able to like show things when it comes to the Silhouette machines because they're always coming out with new ones. I mean, to me, vinyl never dies. Sticker paper and like cutting photo paper and cardstock, to me, that never does. Like I'm still a paper craft girly. But I just don't see as much of a demand for it. I don't see people like At least not where I can like answer questions. I've seen it like in other groups, but then I don't want to come off as if I'm like trying to take over their group because y'all know I will answer questions all day, every day. But like in my spaces and when I'm live and stuff like that, and even my DMs, like it slowed down with people kind of asking those questions. So I figured y'all just weren't into like designing a silhouette. I figured maybe, y'all have um, hopped on the what's that thing called? Canva train. So yeah, can you wait? Let me make sure. Can y'all hear me? Because I'm trying to think. Do I normally see a green bar when it comes to the microphone? I don't remember if I normally see that moving up and down. It's been a minute. It's really been a minute. So I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. I guess I should have asked that because I just sat here doing all this talking, and I don't know if y'all can hear me because I don't remember. Am I supposed to see a thing go up and down? Or is that Zoom? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? I should have checked that first. Normally, people are on and they'll say, "Hey, we can't hear you, we can't hear you," because you'll see my mouth moving. So I'm guessing y'all can hear me. Somebody, anybody, can you tell me if you can hear me or not? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Well, no, guess what? Can you hear me? I don't know how to sign it. So, um, all right. Let me see. Let me go. Maybe open up YouTube to see if I hear. But I'll share this out first, and then I'll open up YouTube to see if I can hear myself. Since no one is telling me whether or not they can hear me. All right, so I shared it out. Now let's see if anyone has told me. Alrighty, let's now go over to one of the YouTube videos to see if I can hear myself. Okay, so I do hear myself. So y'all just aren't saying anything to me. Alrighty. So, good thing I actually prepared some things to kind of talk about. I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh my God, my hair is itchy. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate this because I know that, I can't always wait for people to come on, especially since I'm not on live like I was, where I think because I was constantly on, whenever I came on, the algorithm knew to like let people know. So it's like I'm a stranger, okay? It's like there's a stranger in this house. And the algorithm is trying to figure me out, okay? Feels like they're saying there's no way you can be who you say you are. I gotta be somebody else. I have to be. I know I can't sing. Don't judge me, okay? But I like to sing and I like songs when it comes like references and stuff. But I feel like the algorithm doesn't know what to do because I've like been MIA. I come in here and there. Um, but I know that it's important for it's good and it's important to kind of have conversation and dialogue going at the beginning, more so for the replay folk, because they won't know how far in to go to the video before all the good stuff starts. And then it's like, if it's just like a bunch of blah in the beginning and they don't know what the purpose of the live video is, or like the replay that they're watching, they most likely will move on. Could I edit it? And I kept telling myself, Shakeya, um, you should edit it. But I'm like, that's something that content creators do. And I don't consider myself a content creator to do the live video, download it, and then cut out certain parts. Now, the crazy thing is, I advise clients to do that, but I don't do it. So kind of one of those do as I say, not as I do type situations because I just don't want to. Like they're new to this. Like and I guess technically now I'm becoming new to this again, but it's like they're new to this, and I've been at this for like 11 years now. So I'm like, those are things I kind of did in the beginning, but I don't really do them anymore. But I probably should go back to like all of this babble because people's attention spans are short, and it's like, okay, what's the purpose of this? Am I going, is it going to be beneficial to me? This isn't a podcast, so I don't kind of like do it live and we're just going to start and just go into it. I don't I wish I had like a co-host or somebody where I was able to kind of banter a little bit, while the algorithm is doing the thing, is getting people in the room, but I don't have that. So it's like, what do I do? So I said I was going to start with like some questions where even if I did not get the participation and no one's like participating in the comments, and while I was like live, it will be something where it's great for engagement for on the replay. So like maybe asking poll questions or this or that, so like just questions that as people are watching the replay, they're able to answer in the chat. So I thought about doing that instead of like just getting into a discussion, because all of my stuff is good. I'm like, and I would hate for y'all to miss out on all that goodness, right? Let's see here. Welcome in. If you're watching over in one of the Facebook groups, I just shared this too. If you want to ask a question, if you have an area of like a topic, an area of discussion, that's what I was trying to say, that you want to, to kind of go over, dive into, get my point of view, see it through my lens, you have to click on the video and actually type it in the chat on the main live feed. If you do it in the group, I won't see it. Like it'll probably, or I'll get it late because I have to wait for the notification to let me know that a comment was made on like one of the videos, or like, basically the post I put in the group. So if you are watching from a group, just make sure that you click on the video and then you come to the main chat to put your question, your topic, your feedback, your just, hey, how you doing? Long time no see. Just go ahead and do that to put it in the chat, okay? All right. So let's see. I guess I'll go into my arsenal. Oh my god. What the heck is going on? Why is my hair itchy? It's now gonna look all crazy. Okay. Let's go into our discussion topics that I kind of pulled. Let me go find them. Oh my god, I'm washing my hair tonight. Oh my god. Like, what is going on? My hair needs to be washed tonight. Like, seriously. Hey, Patricia, oh my god, what is going on here? This is quite ghetto. Oh, Jesus. It's quite ghetto. But it's like starting to itch like crazy. I'm definitely washing my hair tonight. Oh my god. That's a sign that it is time to wash my hair. Probably the darn, I think it's the edge control. I'm trying a new one. It actually works, right? But the other day it did do that. Like it made my hair. I don't know. I might be sensitive to it because I've tried a couple different ones, and the ones I was using before, I don't know if like just my hair texture is changing. I don't know what it is. I did clip a lot of, even on the shorter hairs in the front, clipped a lot of split ends, but my edge control was not working. And then I went to Atlanta. What was that, in August, July, end of July, one of those, to go pick up my niece. She had some edge control, and I used it because I don't know if I couldn't find mine or I didn't. I don't. It was something so I ended up using hers, and I was like, oh, this is good. So I got some when I got here, and it does, like, it be laying it down even when I go to bed. I'm like, oh, my edges are still slicked back, because before they would end up curling right back up. But it's making my head itch. So man, look here. I don't like wash days. I am all natural. And for one, when I take these braids out that's underneath here, I'm gonna feel like I have length, all right? I'm gonna feel like I have hang time. The moment you wash and that sucker shrink up, it shrivels up. Oh, shrinkage is real, and it makes me feel like so. And Zion's mind is always telling me I'm bald headed, and I'm like, sir, I have hair. It's just shrunken. Yeah. So I wish. I mean, yeah, I can't wash yours for you. And with me being natural, MJ's natural, which he'll wash it, but then I have to detangle it. I have to blow dry it and or twist it down if he's gonna go back and get his hair like braided. I might have to do the whole process. We would never, ever, 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 ever do our hair. I could never do like all of our hair like in one weekend. Everybody has to have a different weekend. So yeah. Um, Linnell Green, hello, welcome in. Oh, I know what I'll do because I have not done this in a while, and it might be some new people here. I don't know, maybe not, because I ain't really been doing much on my YouTubes and like well, Facebook I have, but I may have. I know Facebook. I definitely have new followers, and people have sent like friend requests and things like that. So I guess I'll do kind of a let me reintroduce myself. My name is, type situation, just so that who this person is on the screen. Why is she on my screen? What can she do for me? What have you done for? That doesn't really match. But anywho, what can I do for you? Why should I listen to her? Should I actually tell her what my mess is? Is she really qualified to actually help me? So let me go ahead and just introduce myself and let you know who I am and what I do. Is that okay? Is that cool? That's cool. All right, let me just make sure over here I'm not missing any like comments and things of that nature. All right, cool beans. Doesn't look like it over here. All right, so I see your stuff over on the YouTube feed. All right, so anywho, so I am Shakeya Lavelle, also known as Shakeya the Professor. Got that name because I am an educator. I love to share the knowledge that I have gathered over many, many decades. Okay, may not look like it, but your girl, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like the skin is starting to give 40. Sometimes I feel like the skin is starting to give. It still gives baby face. Because one of my classmates said, "There's like Kiki, you still have a baby face." So it gives baby face, but I think some parts of it's starting to show that I'm 40, mid 40s, 45. You know, hmm. Let me know. Is it giving 45? But anywho, I am 45. I am a wife, a mom of two boys. Y'all know I love my boys. Makai Jeremiah is 15. Zani Mani is 8. I have been at this. Like, I've been a online influencer, instructor, creator. Okay, we're going to say that, right? For over a decade, like 11 years. Came on the scene just showing at the time like the things that I was making for my son's birthdays and like for others because I was an event planner in a former life. And using my silhouette machines, and I was just sharing what it is that I do because I wanted to talk to adults because I was a stay-at-home mom until MJ went to pre-K at the age of 4. So I wanted adults to talk to. We did, Zion, Imani, and MJ are 7 years apart. So it was a while before, I had another baby, to kind of really, really look after. And I just needed, like I said, I needed adults to talk to. So I was making on live videos just so, the glue, this, the paper, that, that was Zion, Imani coming in here. The steps and asking stuff about silhouette and all these other things. And that kind of turned into me having a YouTube channel that has thousands of videos. In the beginning, is a lot of pre-recorded stuff. Even though they're older videos, y'all don't sleep on those older videos because contrary to what most people believe, most of these things don't change over time. Like to this day, I'm still going to trace the same way. Now, Silhouette Studio and the interface of it has kind of changed a little bit, but like how I explain tracing and thresholds and things of that nature, it's the same. Once you trace it, the steps that you do, like release compound path and how you fill in the colors, all the keyboard shortcuts, those keyboard shortcuts have not changed in all of this time, So don't sleep on it. I'm telling you, the old videos still work. That's when I did, those are like dedicated videos. You can go to those. It's like straight to the point and at least understand the concept. And the joy, like the great thing now is there's, AI is being used more and more and more. So you can even kind of go deeper with like my videos by taking the URL and putting it into your AI platform, and then having it give you like a breakdown of how, like, especially if it knows you and knows how you need to receive information for it to really stick, you'll have it break it down for you. Like, okay, explain to me, like I'm two, what this crazy lady who's talking fast, like, what is she saying? If you wanted to have it give you like the steps, because most times I, I'm kind of a instructor where as I move the mouse, whatever, and I'm clicking on things, I'm saying exactly what I'm doing. So it may even be able to give you like a step by step of what I'm doing. So definitely use the URLs. Like when you go to share, make sure you like the video. If you're gonna go ahead and throw my stuff in AI, and become your own instructor, like your own private instructor, give the video a like, but put it into AI and have it help you through. Let my videos one of the things I do teach people. But more recently, I'm addicted to live videos because I don't edit these. I'm telling y'all now, I don't edit these videos. So when they end up being like an hour, 2 hours, I'm not cutting. I'm just not. I'm not cutting them down. All right. That's a lot of extra work that y'all aren't paying me for. And Google, i.e. YouTube, they don't pay enough for me to go back and re-edit these down like completely. I will, I'll probably, start to take my own advice where I'll download them and re-upload them, especially on 365 Creative Academy, because here's a little gem. We're gonna start off giving some gems, right? So, well, we're what, 26 minutes in. I'm saying start off giving gems. If you are someone that wants to be monetized, especially before that crazy deadline, because they are literally doubling the requirements to be monetized on YouTube, which means I need to be on my Zoom. Okay, I need to be monetized on my third channel before it all switches, like before it all changes up. But if you're someone that does like live videos, a lot, right? Like me, you want to just do things via live. Um, it doesn't really count towards your watch hours, and it sucks. Like you'll see the views. Like if I go on mine right now, I'm going to see that I have a view on there. And if I stay on here even for 2 hours and somebody watched this whole live video while it was live for 2 hours, guess what? I don't get credit for. And then I was noticing that even like after the fact and people were watching, I still wasn't like, my watch hours were not going up. I did test it a few times, for myself, just to kind of see, as someone who's like not monetized, and that's why I started really telling my audience to do it, to download it and re-up. Well, not my audience, my students, and well, my clients, and even some of my students, to download it and re-upload it, because that is where I saw the needle move on the watch hours. So that can be honest. I have the subscribers, I just don't have the watch hours because I'm always doing everything live. So I gotta at some point stop being lazy and go and do the thing, right? But I do most of the stuff via live. Of course, I said I teach Studio. We've had discussions on, I mean, even the things that I use to be able to do these productions, from the lighting, the cameras, the microphone. We have a sublimation paper in Inkline. We also have pigment ink. So we discuss things as far as sublimation, designing, Canva, Photoshop, and then of course, where like the new direction, I want to talk more about business and mindset. It was a weird place for me because at one point there were some people who were like, oh, I was just coming here for all of the crafty creative stuff, I didn't like it. We started talking about all the business things. But when you talk business and people take, like, they're taking the classes for the business stuff, like people are more inclined to take the classes when they are pursuing a side hustle or a business. Like they want to, really, really learn so they can kind of maybe accelerate their progress so they can get to the money faster. So that's what was bringing in money. I couldn't just rely on just views from YouTube and things of that nature. So I kind of had to, incorporate the business stuff, and I do like it. I've been in so many communities where I'm able to really talk about systems and tech stacks, like your tools and different things like that that you use, and just different mindsets and philosophies and frameworks and things of that nature. And I love it. Like I am a strategist. Like I love to be able to figure things out. Like I'm a tinkerer, in real life. So I just love to be able to figure things out. I'm a question seeker. Like I'm an information seeker. So yeah, that's the lane that I enjoy being in. But I have worked, I was in the military. I'm an Air Force vet. Ground radio maintenance. I know audio visual because that was a part of our job. My job. I've been an operations manager. I've worked for in sports entertainment for Levy Restaurants, American Airlines Arena. Well, now it's called what? Kaseya Center, but where the Miami Heat play. Um, in various roles, there, knowing like learning contracts, understanding insurance, like the background is heavy. Okay, it's like it's the Meg Thee Stallion song, rock, rock steady. So God, I don't know what's going on in my brain today where I can't think of the songs. They're in my head, but the lyrics aren't coming out. But the background is heavy. Okay, I'm able to assist in a wide variety of areas. I always tell you guys, challenge me, test me. If you think I'm bluffing, put it in the chat. Ask the question. Bring up the discussion to see where my mindset is, to see it through my lens. This doesn't work like without y'all's like y'all's engagement. I am trying my best. Like this is a new challenge for me where I'm trying my best, and I'll probably have topics and come up, but I don't know that whole monologue. I don't really understand how certain podcasters do it, where they just kind of come God, what is going on with the internet? And it's like monologue-ish, and just kind of speaking on a topic. Like I like engagement. I'm a people person. So I will say it does drive me crazy when you guys are not responding. And it's like, are you I just feel like, are y'all just sitting there just staring at me? Like, what is going on? Your fingers not work where you can't like say hello, like, I'm always wondering, why are the viewers there? Like, what do they come here to learn? Like, when the notification comes up, what prompts you to actually click on it, right? To watch the video when you don't say anything. Like, I don't know what you need from me. The creative world has changed so much. The landscape of it has changed so much. So I don't know what you guys are into. What like have you switched and completely pivoted from vinyl and sublimation? Are you into more like, yo, give me all the DTF, give me all the UV DTF. I don't even want to do like stickers. Like, I don't know if y'all don't say anything, which is another reason why I was like, maybe it's time for me to kind of pull away from it. I don't know if y'all still doing chip bags and party favors. I don't know if y'all still making t-shirts. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just know that I like solving problems. And I'm finding that it's gonna stop over here too, I know. I find that I do better with talking business. So I wonder, am I just going in and out? I'm wondering, am I blurry or choppy or something? And you guys can't hear me? Um, huh. All right, so let's see. Because it's obvious y'all aren't going to talk to me. Okay, so I keep freezing up. That's what it is. I don't know what. I'm hoping that we're supposed to get a new router because MJ wanted one for his room. I'm hoping that'll make the internet better on this side of the house because our walls are really thick, and sometimes it affects the Wi-Fi. Even though we have like the Google Nest things, it does affect the Wi-Fi, and when the kids are here and they're all on their devices, it messes it up. But it's also, I think, StreamYard. Like, because I did test it out one time. I do believe that it's a StreamYard thing as well. And I don't think StreamYard can really handle when a bunch of people are on. I think for a Friday night around like 7 o'clock, a bunch of people are using StreamYard. So it may be that as well. Like, I don't know what's going on. Okay. But hopefully it will it all worked out. And they would get a recording, so I may end up having to do that as well, where I will have to pull the recording that StreamYard, because it looks very clear here too. So maybe I'll pull that one and see if I can upload that if this is like all crazy and choppy. Um, hold on, let me go back. Okay, so there's one, a simple question. I made a button image in Canva, brought it into Silhouette Studio, and put it in my template, and it put a white space. It didn't fill the circle. Okay, so couple of things, right? When you made, come on, when you were in Canva, did you make a custom sized um design page? Or did you like, was it just 8.5 by 11? Did you use like the Instagram one? Or did you make a custom size design page? Hopefully it didn't cut out and you heard that question. And it probably cut out because I just saw it go black. So I know I probably just froze and it went out. I know it did. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to pull this on the screen so you know what I'm answering. Um, okay, so you made your design page 3.25 by 3.25, correct? So it was a square, and did you make a circle frame in the middle to put your design in? I don't know what's going on with this. I made the circle at 3 inches. This is why. So you had extra space around it. The circle for your button inside Silhouette Studio, was that 3 inches? Come on. Okay, yes, it was. So most likely that's what, because you made it 3 1/4. You now have extra white space around it. So when you put it in there and it sized it to like 100%, it's going to include that, like all that extra space. What you can do is simply like, I mean, the easiest way to do it is you have to re-download it and take up space on your computer. You're gonna go, and I'm trying to pull up Silhouette Studio now, but you're just gonna go to the patterns and you're just gonna scale it until it fills that space. All right, so we're going to, watching from Texas. Hello, hello, welcome in. Ooh, that means you might, because if you're seeing, oh no, I put it in the chat. I said, I didn't put it on the bottom. I put it in the chat. Say where you're watching from. Hello, welcome, Annette. How art thou? Okay, so let's pull this on this side as well. We're gonna go ahead and do present, share screen, entire screen. We're gonna do this one and we're gonna share that. And then we have to do it again over here. Present, share screen, entire screen, and share. Okay. Oh, I forgot to add it to the screen. Duh. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and we're going to go inches, and we're going to go 3.25 by 3.25. Create new design. We're going to come over here to elements, and we're going to go frames. We're going to put a circle, and we're going to go to position. We're going to make that 3 inches by 3 inches. I am answering a question. So this, she asked about some issues that she was having with sizing for a button. So I'm simply answering that question. I don't typically like do designs and all that on the live videos because it takes time to like really think through that. I mean, I can kind of throw some things together and give like ideas if someone was to like ask a question, they just wanted kind of like some ideas, but I don't really come on and do the whole full on design thing on live anymore. I only do that in like our creative lounge and classes and stuff like that. But if you have questions, I'm here to answer them. Okay. All right, so that is centered there. We're going to simply go back over here and let's just do. I don't like that. It looks a little weird. It looks a little funky. That looks a little funky. It's time to get funky, funky. Okay. And then let's just go into brand. We're going to go HS Ink Prints. And I'm going to do another one. But with this one, I am going to resize it to 3 inches. I only want to do page 2. And we're going to resize this design. We're going to copy. Uh-oh. Paste. And we're going to change this glitter so that we know which one was the 3 inch and which one is the 3.5. So let's do you. Ooh, that looks crazy. So I can't really do black because my thing is black. I have blue in mine. That might not work either. Let's see, gold. I don't think, okay, we'll do that one. All right, so we're gonna go share. We're gonna go download. And for this, it doesn't really matter if it's PNG or JPEG. JPEG will actually tell you more than PNG will. So we're gonna go ahead and go JPEG. I'm gonna go this page only because I don't feel like doing a, what's that thing called? An extraction. So we're going to download that. We're going to go right back to share. We're going to download JPEG and we're going to go back to share, download this page, JPEG, and download. All right, so now select Studio. Now, when you put yours in, did you drag and drop? Did you use the properties dropper? Did you crop? How did you get um your design into your circles in Silhouette Studio? All right, let's minimize this so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Back, back, forth and forth. Oh, come on. Let me see you go back, back, forth and forth. All right. Okay, so we're going to take this one and drop it inside, and then we're going to take this one. Oops. Oh, come on. Delete. All right, we're going to take this one and drop it inside. Take this one. Oh, I did not tell you to open. Then we'll take this one and drop it inside. Do you see the difference? This has white around it because of how it was sized. This one, it fit in perfectly because it was adjusted to it. So you need to make your design page the exact size of what, whatever it is that you're doing, especially on you're going to fill it in, or you click on it, you come over here to the paint palette, you go to patterns, and you increase it and pan it until it fits in. Okay, so we can scale it up, and then you may have to, like, well, I mean, this kind of sort of work, but I know it's off a little bit, but you can pan it around. So you either just scale it or just go back in, resize it, and because all you have to do, so I hit just resize, and you can resize your design and then drag and drop it into your template. So hopefully that helps. Exactly how my Canva file looked. I tell you, all you have to do is give me a little bit. I know everything that y'all do wrong. I hate saying like wrong, but the issues that you guys have, I knew exactly what you did. I promise you I did. And but I mean, at least yours, you still made yours 3.25. And I thought, and you probably thought you were giving yourself like a little extra room and things of that nature, but no, you want it to be the size. But what most people will do is they'll just kind of open up a generic one, and they'll have all this extra space above and below. Even if this was a PNG, it would still do that, and that area around it would just be transparent. This is a very, very common issue because everyone, like, most people, they don't take the time to like take my classes that specifically on sizing, or attend the sessions that specifically on sizing, where I break this all down and you won't have to ever worry about it again. But now you know, and knowing is half the battle. All right, so let's see. May not get another question. I'm gonna try and pull up my list of questions. So let's see. Where should we start at? Mm, should I do one of these engagement questions? What type of business do you have? And I know what most of you guys have. Do you struggle more with ideas, execution, consistency, visibility, or systems? Ooh, that's a good one. Um, what business question have you been afraid to ask? But if you were afraid before, I don't know, you have to take some liquid courage. You need some type of courage to be able to ask the question that you've been afraid to ask. I don't know why people are always afraid to ask questions, because asking questions is how you get answers. And you get the answers that move you closer to your goals if you ask the questions. Like, I love asking questions. Like, I am a question, like, I'm an information seeker. So I'm going to ask the question, okay? She says, am I really a business? Consistency. Um, I will say, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason why you're asking. This is where, like, a question like this is where I love to be on Zooms, so I can have that dialogue back and forth. Whether it's in our creative business program or if it's in our creative lounge where we have those live Zoom sessions, like, this is where I would have loved to have this question asked during that, because we can kind of go back and forth. Because it's a loaded question, right? And there has to be a reason why you're questioning whether or not you are a business. Um, and I know, like, before you said, consistency. So what are you not being consistent in? Are you not being consistent in perfecting your skills and perfecting your craft, right? Are you not being consistent in communicating that you have things to offer? Are you not being consistent in, maybe utilizing social media as a marketing arm? Are you not consistent in how you price things out? Are you not consistent in learning and getting better with, like, the different tools and tech stacks? what you're inconsistent in is going to help determine, like, are you really a business? Being a business is more than just having a name. It's more than just kind of making revenue and having price, having some type of price set, posting here and there on social media. um, what about all the other things, when it comes to business? Are you doing your taxes? Are you researching those things? Are you looking into, funding sources? It's Are you planning, right? Do you really have a plan? Do you write things out, or at least do like voice recordings? Because it may just be a side hustle. Is the side hustle a form of like business and things because your money's exchanging hands? Yes, but having a business, having running a company is different. And it's okay if right now you're with your capacity, as far as if you have a 9 to 5, or I call it like a W-2 job, because we know now, I know Dolly Parton said working 9 to 5 wasn't really the isn't really the norm anymore, because they don't want to pay you for your lunch break. So you have to work different hours, where it's like, okay, you still need to give me a full 8 hours, and then you have to have it. So you have to be here 9 hours, or you have to be here 8.5 hours if you want a lunch break. They don't include it anymore. So, you know. So I don't know if you have a W-2 job. I don't know, if you have family obligations, community obligations, how much time you can really dedicate to it. Uh, some people think that if they don't have a lot of orders, they may not have a business. But if you are if you are consistent, like working with the equipment that you have, you may not have equipment to go and do these really large orders, but you can be consistent in smaller orders. You still have a business. It doesn't have to be a mega business today. It doesn't have to be a six-figure business today. If you're asking yourself, am I a business? Is it based on the amount of revenue that you're bringing in? You feel like, oh, in order to be considered a business, I have to make a certain amount. Now, I mean, kind of, sort of, because it could just be, a hobby that's making you a little coin, little change on the side. But it's a loaded question. My question to you would be, what makes you question whether or not it's a business? You're not growing, but I know the work has to be put in. Again, there's another. What's not growing? Not growing as far as the number of people who know about you, and who can be potential customers. Is it, the number of orders? Do you feel like it's not growing that way? Hopefully, you don't consider like not growing because you're not adding on a bunch of different, like, a bunch of different skills, and you want to be able to offer more things. Definitely don't base it on that. But is it with the number of people who know who you are and the number of inquiries and orders that are coming in? And don't let this be just a Patricia session. Hopefully, what I'm saying to her helps you. So as she's asking these questions, when I'm answering them, I'm really thinking about everybody that will ever hear this. Um, and because I'm pretty sure you have that thought, but you're a little too afraid to vocalize it. I don't know if you trust me yet. Like, I don't know if I trust her with my, to be vulnerable with her. That, I'm a little scared. But hopefully, what I share with her will be able to help the masses. But yeah, what do you feel like? Why do you feel like you're not growing? Are you not learning? Like, are you not making an attempt to learn new things? Are you feel like you're not growing in You're designing because you desire to be someone where you design from scratch all of the graphics and you feel like you're not there yet. Like, what is it? Or is it a combination of things? I know for me, I'm constantly asking the people, like other people, and who I'm always asking, what from what you see, what could I do better? Even in this live video, what can I do better? What is it that makes you like make people not want to ask a question? Is it, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to kind of you know, um, feed answers, but I'm always asking others from their lens, from their point of view. What am I doing good? What, could use some improvement? Where do you see gaps at? Things of that nature. Okay, designing. I feel guilty using AI. I like to design from scratch. So you like to design from scratch. Is it that you keep trying to reinvent the wheel, and to you, designing means you have to have all of these brand spanking new ideas? Everything has to be different. Every time you get an order, an inquiry, or you want to like it has to be completely different from the last one. And when you're using AI, are you just creating the whole thing via AI? Are you creating certain elements? Is it to come up with the concepts and you are allowing AI to come up with the concepts for you? Or are you telling it exactly what it is that you're wanting? Like, are you able to articulate the vision that you want to whatever AI platform you are using? Okay, that's your problem. And I've expressed this to y'all, in general. Like, stop doing that. If you have not, like, if you've had a design and you have not remade that design and switched it up and tweaked it just by changing a name, changing the picture out, changing the color, or like just to get in the habit, it's great to have a template, but sometimes just to get better at like arranging and moving things, you're going to take the design, you already know what it looks like, and you're going to keep creating that from scratch over and over and over again. So instead of simply just kind of having that and just switching things out, find another like do the exact same steps. You might use a different background, but it's going to be the same layout, the same concept. It is okay to do that. You guys make yourself feel inadequate. It takes a lot. Like, this is not an overnight thing. If you are not consistently and you're not diligently practicing, and I tell y'all all the time, practicing is not when you have an order. When you have free time, that's when you're going to go and practice. I tell you all the time, find something out in the world, screenshot something, sit at your computer and try and recreate it your way. You're not necessarily copying them. You want to recreate it in your way. You may end up copying it verbatim, but that's just for you. It is okay to practice it. It doesn't mean that you have to take it to market and sell it. But okay, if I can take this and I can recreate it, okay, now let me go and take these same exact skills and I'm going to apply it to something else. That is how you get going to get better. Keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Master the first design first. Master the first one or two, like the few designs first. If y'all keep on this cycle where everything has to be different, you feel like, oh, that's what's going to make you stand. It's not. And especially if you're not even posting it to social media where someone can look at this like, oh, that's the exact same design, and they don't see this chronologically and seeing like every single one's the same. half the time y'all aren't posting to social media anyway. So who's gonna know that it's the same design? But even if you do, I really don't care. Like, I'm going to reuse elements and concepts and things. I'm going to recycle all day, every day, and reuse all day, every day. I'm successful at what I do because although, and I don't get me wrong, I have the ability to come up with different designs all the time. It's just not, it's not efficient. So for me, for somebody who's been at this for a really long time, I am telling, like, I'm not bullcrapping. I don't know if y'all think I'm lying about it, but I reuse designs often. Oh, he left it in class. He doesn't bring those home, I don't think. Mm, I don't think he brings those home. Um, Dang it. Because I was going to show you the labels that I made for Zani Mani. Same as that concept. Change the letters out, you know, um, some of the fonts, but same concepts he had last year. Although this year he didn't want monster trucks, but it's like the concept is pretty much the same. So I can articulate it to AI. I do use it to get ideas. So if you're able to articulate it to AI, so that means to me, I translate that as you know the colors that you want to use, you know the elements that you want to use, you know the words that you may want to use, the images that you want to use, the textures or the effects that you want to use, right? Now, the issue may be, let's say you want something that's like Chrome or 3D and things of that nature. If you don't know how to utilize Photoshop, of course, you're not going to be able to get that look if you don't know how to use, and sometimes, like, for some of those looks, it takes a lot of layer styles and it takes a lot of like adjusting the curves and things of that nature to get those really, really detailed looks, right? And I'm okay, like, if you want, and that's one of the benefits of AI, to where, let's say you do the design and you get the idea and now you have it create the individual elements, but you're going to now go and put it together yourself so that you know for sure it is sized correctly, it is to the right proportions. So it's okay. Now, if you're like, okay, I don't want to continue to use AI, that means you are going to have to take trainings for the hell of it, not for a specific order. This is where you are going and you are taking trainings to learn how to create these different effects. You're going to have to practice the different effects on random things so that you're comfortable with it. So it might be today, you're going to, for the next like week or so, 2 weeks, you learn a certain technique. Well, you have to, you like pull ready-made images for most of it, but it's like, okay, I'm going to be proud of myself. At least this text, I did this from scratch. The next time, in a month, whatever, a few weeks, however long it takes you, you learned a new skill. Now you're going to incorporate that. You do not have to have all of the design skills today. I've been doing graphic designing since I was 16 years old. I am 45. Next year, 30 years. And I'm always still learning new things. I'm practicing new things. And I still know that I don't know every single graphic design technique there is. It will take me a lifetime to learn it all. It will take you. I was privileged enough to start at a very young age. Now we got, it's what more they always say. It's like, well, I don't feel like I have more time behind me than in front of me, because that's crazy. But it's we feel like, okay, we're older, we don't have the time to. Whatever you can learn while you're on this earth is what you learn, and you add it little by little. There is no stopwatch. There is no finish line to it. This is something where it's like, if you're of a particular age, you should remember this song from Lamb Chops. This is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, but they'll continue singing it forever. It's just a loop. It's a loop. When it comes to graphic designing, it's not going to stop. You are going to learn something new, figure out something new every single time you make an attempt to do something new. To design. Something new may come out, or you are intentional. You can be intentional about learning something every single week, every single day if you want to. This is where reading books comes in at, and this is where, like, the number one hack, the number one cheat code that I have literally been saying this to y'all for a decade now, literally 10 years. If I go back to my old videos, I'm going to say the same thing. Copy something. Not to sell it, but you're going to go, you're going to see something, you're going to take a picture, and you're going to copy. This is how we were taught in school. We had design briefs. They gave us an example. You had to recreate that for the grade. That is how I learned. That is how I teach. That is what I will always recommend. We are starting it back, although it will look a little different because we will have other businesses in it. I won't be able to kind of talk on just creative things, but it actually is starting back up September 1st. They don't want the floor. I don't know what it is, where they don't want to talk to me, Patricia. Like, they don't want to talk to me, so I don't know. Hola, hola, incredible greetings. Welcome in. This is um, Alive with the Professor. So we're just chatting with the professor. You can. All right, there we go. We'll put this on the bottom. I forgot to do that. Now, that is a lesson that I do have coming up because I have to record this video for someone in how to. Maybe I'll do that. That way I can do it now. Because then I still have to bring over the other one. I was going to say I could probably record my next video while I'm live, but I don't know. What does your business need at its current stage, or at this current stage, or at its current stage? Do you need clarity and a basic way to deliver? Do you need consistency and better workflows? Are you overwhelmed and you need documentation, delegation? Are you preparing to scale and need capacity, structure, and repeatability? Um, Do you need to stop copying strategies for a completely different stage of business? That's one of the topics. Let me see. I have to be very intentional in, like, coming on and not doing it as a Q&A. That's what I love to do. Like, I want to feel like I'm able to help, but maybe I do need to just kind of, like, looking at the way these questions are, they're not more so questions for the audience. It's I should come on and address these things and just kind of basically do a monologue. Like, this one is why business feels harder than it looks. And so this is why I use kind of like AI, because I just like to teach. Like, I want people to give me their questions, and I want to help you navigate through it. It's like I said, bring me your mess and I want to help you fix it. Bring me your confusion and I want to turn it into clarity. Like that's what I desire. Like that's what I love to do. But I can see now that like I mean that just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. It's like I think people just want to be told like tell me what you like. It's like they want someone to tell me what they feel like they should know. Tell me how sucky I am and how screwed up I am and that I'm not doing what I need to do and like here's what I see wrong and everything. I feel like that's what people want. Like they're motivated, like they want to have the oh yeah, that's me. I understand that. Or they want a feel good moment. I'm just like it's what I struggle with. It's why I have a therapist because I struggle with just saying like why business feels harder than it looks. The invisible work behind running a business, like to talk about that. Constant task switching between creating, marketing, selling, delivering, and managing. Why a simple task can require five other decisions. I just kind of somewhat talk about that. How unclear processes create unnecessary work. That's a big one. The differences between being lazy and being mentally overloaded. A lot of y'all are mentally overloaded. I'm mentally overloaded. Why entrepreneurs sometimes need structure more than motivation. And that's the part two, right? I feel like so many people like they want a feel good moment. They want motivation and they're afraid of structure. And I am learning. Like at this point, like I'm no different than you guys. I've been at business for a really long time. I've been creative for a really long time. But because I am navigating a new lane, I don't really like to use the word pivot. I needed to break free almost. Like I needed to start over. I needed to this is where I needed to reinvent the wheel. This is something that's new to me, like knowing that I need to stop doing these kind of Q&As and waiting for someone to come on and like speak to me and ask a question because it makes me feel horrible. Like I end up feeling very stupid when I mean, this is me being very, very honest, right? I end up feeling very stupid when I do because I know what I have to offer. I know how valuable I am, or I could be to someone with the knowledge that I have, and to be able to like bridge those gaps, right? Help them get clarity. But I always feel kind of silly because I'm like I set myself up for disappointment every single time when I come on here and I'm expecting people to ask questions. I wouldn't even care if it was one person on here. As long as that one person was actually having dialogue with me, I would be okay with it. But it's like feeling like, okay, I'm on here. This was pointless. It's like feeling rejected. Like Shakeya, these people don't want you, okay? You are not their cup of tea. They want the ones that's gonna come and say, you need to do this, you need to do that, you're doing this wrong, this is what you should be. Like, I think that's what it is. And I don't know how to be that person. So I always end up feeling very silly doing these. And then I end up talking about how silly I feel. And it's like feeling like it's like, okay, it's an honest moment, it's a vulnerable moment, it's a transparent moment. But then is that what really people want to hear? Because then they feel like, oh, well, you're just on here complaining. I don't want to watch that. I'm not going to ask you any questions because all you're sitting doing is like complaining. So it's like, it's just this never ending thing. And it's just so weird. Like, I just want to help the people. Like, that's it. I'm gonna force myself. It's a couple things I want to force myself to do, like things that I'm not great at. I'm not great at short form content. I have to figure out how to do like, and that's why like I love AI. I feed it a lot. I'm not sure how many of you guys here actually use the microphone. Whatever AI platform you use, are you using the microphone or are you still typing things out? What do you guys do? Oh wow, I'm telling you, stop typing. Hit that microphone and word vomit. Just it does. I promise you, AI doesn't judge you. People might judge you. People may want to silence you. Oh my God, you're talking too much. You will find that you will get so, like, the results will be so much better when you articulate like what it is that you want, and then you're just going to go in and tell it, like, after you just brain dump all this stuff and word vomit, you're going to tell it to organize this, do you understand, what I'm trying to do, organize all of this and create a prompt for me based off of what I communicated. So instead of you trying to go in and type all this stuff out and think about it and figure out how to, like, because to really get great results, and that's probably why a lot of people have these flyers and all these designs that look the same, because how many people are really typing out a really, 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 really long, like, description of what they want, right? They're very, very vague with it a lot of times, which is why they end up with these flyers that look crazy and it starts to look like everyone else's. But if you go and you hit that microphone and you just brain dump and then tell it to create a prompt, an image generation prompt based off of the brain dump that you just gave, you can go over that, figure out if you need to change anything, and then you're going to take that prompt and you're going to put it into your image creator. So you would not put it, like, you need to start a new chat. Like, if you made the prompt in chat and you're going to do the image creation in chat, then you're going to open up a new one and put the prompt in there for the image generation, or take it over to Gemini or whoever, whatever. But start utilizing the microphone. So I'll go and I'm just laying it all out. It doesn't matter if you have ums. It doesn't matter even if you're like trying to figure it out and you pause. It's gonna be going, but once you start talking, it's gonna pick up, and then once you submit it, it's not gonna recognize that pause. It doesn't care if your words are misspelled. Well, you won't really misspell words because you're talking through it, and it may misspell words, or it might misspell like names of people. Doesn't even matter. Like, don't worry about punctuation. I promise you, AI does not care. It's not judging you. It doesn't care. It don't know you. Well, it knows you, but it don't know you. Word vomit it. Telling you. So that's normally what I do, and then it gives me kind of, stuff back. But that is how you really, really, really prime AI. Like, y'all should see my entries. Those suckers are long. And I loved it when, especially chat, they gave you, they made it to where you can talk a little bit longer without, it, like, because at one point I was so frustrated because I just go and I'll be talking and it's like it's reading it, and then there'll be like error, and I'm like, oh my God. So then I started using the microphone on the keyboard, so it's like as if you are going to type it out, but then I'll hit the microphone and then I'll talk through it, through that, and it's putting it like it's a text, and then it'll submit it that way. So if I'm on the phone, I'll do it doing any of those ways. If I'm at my computer, I have that microphone. If you don't have a microphone attached to your computer, go get one. And maybe that's why some of you guys are typing it in, because you don't have a microphone attached to your computer, because you may not have like a webcam and things of that nature. If you don't have a microphone, get one. Even if it's just like the Bluetooth one, little clip on one, get you a microphone, hit that button, and start to just talk to your AI engine. I don't want y'all typing stuff unnecessarily anymore after today. Ow. Dang it. That hurt. And no one has business questions. Everybody's business is thriving. You making money. Alrighty. So, okay, Corinne says, yes, I see the same flyers everywhere. So I do not use it for flyers. Thank you so much for that tip. I'm here listening at work. Thank you. I use both. Okay. Okay. I didn't see that before. And before it was telling me I only had 2 comments over here. I'm like, dang, no one on Facebook is talking. But yeah, definitely do that. Like, give it all of your ideas and whatnot, and have it give you in text format first to make sure that it fully understood what you said. Go like take that, copy it, and then you can, or I think certain ones, depending on how it is and how it gave back to you, you can sometimes edit it and go in there and edit certain things. If not, just copy it, put it back into the chat, and then you're gonna delete things. That's where you can kind of type some things out. So you'll just type it out and then tell it to create a prompt for you. But that's one of the things that you can do. Also, give it reference images, screenshots, and things of that nature. Give it a reference, and let it know like this is the style that with all this stuff that I described, like this is the style that I'm looking for. That's another way to get better results, and that where it's not the same old flyer like everybody else's. How does the tab on there that says work operate? I have not seen that before. So, AI as it evolves. Ooh, okay, so hold on. Oh, Jesus. Because this is something I can really clip up. So I got to start thinking about that too. When I'm doing these, like ones that I can clip, I don't think in clips. I have to start thinking in clips. So let's clip this one up. So I'm going to bring this back up. So how does the tab on, I'm guessing ChatGPT, that says work operates? So basically, what that is, as it's evolving, a lot of AI is going into what's called agentic mode, meaning like it's an agent. It's meant to actually do a task without, like you prompting, you kind of give it something to do, and it's going to go and like actually execute that thing. Once you put like a lot of connectors on it, it can read your emails. So it did that for me one time before, where because it's going through my emails, if it saw that I didn't reply back to someone, it'll ask me, hey, do you want to generate a reply to X, Y, and Z? So you'll say yes. It will, you'll go and create the reply. You'll make any adjustments. And once you are okay with it, you don't have to then go and copy and paste that back over there, because it's connected. It is going to do it for you. So once you say, okay, yep, this is the response that I want to send back, you're just going to go ahead and tell it, do it. And it's going to go through the process because it's connected to it. You can connect your bank account. So then you can have it do, like, let me see. My phone is dead. I'm going to see what some of mine say. And like every single day, it will give you like suggestions for different tasks that it can do for you. So it will work in the background and it will complete it all without you having to go over to another like platform. Let me see. Okay. Hold on. It's still spinning. I wish I had my phone, because my phone, there we go, we're back. My phone, it shows it a lot like I like the way it is on the phone. But my phone is on the charger in the room, and I was trying to clip this up. So I can't really go get the phone. But now my internet isn't working. Great. Because it will normally give you suggestions. Okay, here we go. So mine is in work mode. Let's see what it will suggest to me. Okay. And we're gonna come over here because it actually tells you. Like, I'm glad you asked the question. I mean, to kind of get it from my perspective, like in my, how I utilize it as well. I'm gonna take these banners off of the screen real quick. Okay. So see what work can do. And it'll tell you ChatGPT work is for getting things done. It can open a browser, create documents, use real tools, and carry out multi-step tasks. So we're just going to click here, and it says, show me how ChatGPT work can help me based on my past chats. And that's the thing, like it's going to do it based off of your, like what you have put into it. So build an interactive launch planning website. And so it gave me that because I have been teaching this series on, where's the book? It was over here somewhere. In one of the entrepreneurship groups that I'm in, we are going over, this will be like my third time, I guess, going over, actually, no, my fourth time now, going over this book, Launch. And I was invited to break this down because they were like, well, reading through it, it just sounds like wah, 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 wah. They couldn't connect the dots. So I was going through like teaching it to them. So now it's like build an interactive launch planning website. And so it's like it'll create a private app that helps organize launch messaging, content, emails, timelines in one place. So based off of my teaching and my frameworks that I have inputted into chat, it will take all of that and create a customized website, which I probably need to do that this weekend. I'm just saying. So review my incoming teaching schedule. So it's like using the calendar and like any appointments and things like that that I have coming up. If I have a question, like let's say I have this opportunity coming up, I may not want to go to my calendar. If I'm already working over here, I can go and tell it, I have this opportunity. Like, I'll tell you right now, I so want to go to Black Women Sell Live. Um, and I wanted to go before, and I was like, I kind of sort of like talked myself like out of it. And it was a lot, actually, it was like a lot going on. And they have this opportunity to either be there as a creator. Even though I don't have a podcast, I still apply for it. Even though I'm a business owner that creates content for my business. I'm not necessarily a content creator. I create informational content to be able to help my audience and things of that nature. And to like push my class, all that kind of stuff, whatever. So I applied for that. I also applied to be a volunteer. Like my sister lives near, give me time to go. I'll go hang out with my sister, once we're done, like with the conference, well, the event or whatever. So if I wanted to, like when that opportunity came, if I had like other clients, like if I had pro calls or if I had one-to-one scheduled during that time, it will let me know. So like I would go in there and it's like, hey, I have this opportunity. I saw this opportunity for Black Women Sell Live. They're looking for volunteers. They're looking for content creators to come and do interviews and things of that nature. And I'm great with asking. It's like I actually already had a list when she said who was there. I was like, ooh, these are things that I would like ask them. So I had this list prepared a while ago. I don't know why I kind of like just talked myself out of like going. It was the mommy thing. But when that opportunity came, I'm like, ooh, to see behind the scenes because I desire to be able to put on events. Like I started it and kind of went back and forth a couple of times. I was like, ooh, this would be so dope. So I still applied. I applied for 2 different areas. Crossed my fingers that I'm accepted to either be there in a media capacity or as a volunteer. But so I could have asked it to review my schedule and let me know, like, could I take advantage of this opportunity? Do I have anything that's of conflict? Can I move anything around? And it would like look at it, let me know if it needed to move anything on the schedule. So it's almost acting like an assistant, right? So learn and apply my teaching slide style. It was messing up my slides. Create the finished launch presentation deck. So I mean, that's how it would help, right? So we're gonna go back. Actually, let me see. We're gonna go to this one. So, personalize work for me. So let's see. Let's make what the heck wrong with my tongue? Chat GPT work yours. I can help you connect the tools you use, learn how you like to work, set up skills for the things you do most. It only takes a few minutes and you can change anything later to get started. Which role best describes your work? So you're going to go through like this, and this is you basically personalizing for. I'm not going to go through this because I actually went through this already. Um, so give me a weekly read on craft, print, design, education tips. Draft landing page feedback for joy. So this was another what's the thing I'm looking for? I was in one of our sessions and I recommended this landing page thing like for no This one right here, it probably, okay, now I know where this came from. This, when I was in the session, my Otter was on, which is like your AI, like transcript or whatever. So it's probably pulling from my Otter where she was showing her landing page in the Zoom session today. But my Otter picked up and it did the transcript. So I get transcripts of all of the meetings and stuff that I'm in. So it's saying it'll draft up feedback for Joy based off of what she showed. It will go and help me do like the feedback because it knows how I think. Because when I say I feed mine a lot of information, I word dump, like I brain dump, I word vomit into. I'm not trying to make it perfect because I know it's not going to judge me, even in all of my ums and like I'm confused. And I'll tell it like, okay, give me a moment, I'm confused. I'm not going to stop the dictation, like the microphone like thing being on. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I got to get my thoughts together. Okay, da 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 da, and I will literally go da 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 da, and then I will continue it. It will ignore all of that. I promise you, it will ignore all of that, and it will figure it out. So it'll have like on my phone, it always has some really good tasks there that it will do. And then here are all the plug. Oh, it has done stuff like for my Canva. So these are some of the plugins, and you can connect it. So I think these are the ones I have. So I have all of my Google things connected, like my mail and my calendar, to-do list. I have my Canva connected. I have I tested it out, so I have a bank account. It's not like a major one, but I have that connect. I have a couple connectors. So that's what work does. Why don't you use it very much? Hello from Jersey. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, look, I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna come off of work. I'm gonna go back to chat mode. Oh, the health stuff. Yes. Mm-hmm. So you can sync that, and it'll tell you different things. Like it's a little. I mean, it can be a bit much because it's getting all into your business. And like if you do connect, like I don't have an Apple Watch. So for me, it would be like Google. I have to see if they have like the Samsung one or whatever. But it will be like all in your business. But it can be beneficial. We can't run away from AI, and it's like so. It's like, oh, it's like that AI junk and this, that, and the third, and it's killing the earth, and it's like all this water. And when it was like a couple of data stations, it really pulled a lot from like into like from like I say like centralized locations, but they're start even with how the data centers kind of run, and being able to keep them cool down because they're building data centers in more like so many places now is not is eventually it won't pull on as much resources because it's not like all of this information going into one or two places where it can overheat as you're starting to distribute like the inputs. It should like level out. So, but we're not going to be able to get away from it. Like it's here. You're not going to be able to get away from it. Everything uses it. I mean, even Google. Like if you Google something and you're putting there, it's using some form of AI because you can even go like once you go and you ask it something, you can continue that conversation. Before, if you go, you just have your history of you can go in and kind of see your history of things that you search. But if you go and you're asking it follow-up questions and things like that, you go into that little menu, it'll bring up your threads, it'll bring up your conversations. It's storing it now as conversations. There's no way, and I mean absolutely no way to get away from AI. Running away from it or not leaning into it and not using it, you're just hurting yourself because more and more and more the world is going to rely on AI. The earlier you learn how to at least use it, like you may choose to not use every day, but you better know how to use it because even jobs, they're going to incorporate it. Jobs are now creating their own AI systems and they're going to do like create kind of like their own GPTs where they're going to take the information that they want you to pull from, and they're going to have it there. So when you have a question as a employee, you have to use that AI engine. That means that someone doesn't have to constantly keep saying the same thing to you. Someone doesn't have to, like, they don't have to have as many meetings for things. companies are going to use AI more and more and more and more. You can't be that person that's like, I never want to use AI. It is everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. So, oh, let me see. Is it going to pick up? Okay, it does pick up. I wasn't sure it was going to pick up since my microphone was attached to. I guess it only does that when I'm on a Zoom call because it sees it as a phone call. But anywho, I'm going to stop this and then I'm going to do it again. So right now I'm live right now on the live that we talked about earlier, where I'm helping them figure out their mess and whatnot. So right now what I have on screen is you. They're looking at me navigate ChatGPT. So I was telling them that I don't type out anything really. Like, I mean, every once in a while it's like a little small something something, or if I'm on a call or a Zoom call and I'm not able to use a microphone, I'll type things out, but that typing is very, very minimal. I am going to talk to you like I'm talking to my assistant when I'm giving directives. It's like as if I'm talking to well, I'm gonna say a person, but like an assistant, and I use their microphones. And so I was telling them that it's okay to use this and to just do a brain dump and a word vomit because you're not gonna judge them, right? You are going to filter through all of the pauses and the ums. See, watch right now. I am going to intentionally pause just so that they can see once this transcript, like once the words actually show, you're not even going to recognize the pause. You don't even care if, okay, wait, so I lost my whole train of thought and what I was going to say. Okay, well, you know what? I just want them to be able to see how chat works and how it can be beneficial for them to get their ideas out. Like I want to know like how I can communicate with them the power of AI and not to be afraid of it and how it can help them be more efficient and outside of like the traditional way that you see in all of the clips and the reels. And they're to me they're giving like surface level stuff, like just brain to it. Not it doesn't have to be these well put together prompts and these mega prompts. Like they don't have to know how to generate it, that you can help them generate it. They just tell you their idea and they can tell you, okay, generate this prompt. This is me just rambling because I want them to see how long you can go and just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and you're going to recognize all of this and filter through all of the madness. Boom. So because it was a lot, it's trying to filter through it. See all of this, and let's see. Of course, you don't see like a break. Where was that? Where did I put the part as far as oh, you're gonna see? Right now I'm going to intentionally pause. This is where it was at. It doesn't even recognize the fact that I paused. And so now I'm going to submit it. And it's probably going to laugh at me and say, Professor, like, I know how mine kind of works. So let's see what it does. See, I told you it's going to laugh at me. It doesn't. My chat thinks I'm crazy. Like, it laughs at me like all the time. So what it says, since they're watching right now, I'm going to talk directly to them for a second, right? I love the way my chat operates, right? It's like, I'm going to talk to them. What Shakeya just gave me was not a carefully written prompt. It wasn't organized. She paused. She said, she lost her train of thought. She changed directions halfway through. She repeated herself. Hello. She even intentionally rambled. And I still know exactly what she wants. Her actual message underneath all of this was, help me explain to the people watching my live that they don't need to become prompt engineers to benefit from AI. They can talk naturally, brain dump their ideas, give context, let ChatGPT help them organize their thoughts, identify what they're trying to accomplish, and turn those thoughts into something useful. That's the point. And this is what I think people miss about AI. You don't necessarily need to learn how to talk to AI. Start by learning how to tell AI what's in your head. You can literally say, okay, I don't really know what I'm trying to say yet, but here's what I am thinking. And then talk. Tell me what happened. What are you trying to accomplish? What are you confused about? What you already tried, what you don't like, what you think you might want, who you're trying to help, what somebody told you, what somebody, no, I said what somebody told you, why you disagree with it, and even, I don't know what I need. Help me figure that out. I can help you work backwards from there. And Shakeya demonstrated something else that's important. She said, okay, wait, so I lost my train of thought. That didn't ruin anything. I don't need her speech to be I don't need her speech to be perfect. I need enough context to understand the problem. The pauses don't bother me. The ums don't bother me. The repeated thoughts don't bother me. Changing your mind halfway through doesn't bother me. Starting with one idea, realizing you're actually talking about something completely different doesn't bother me. I think it was being shady. Watch this. Hold on. I'm going to come back to it, but watch this. I really think you were being real kind of shady with that starting one idea and realizing you're actually talking about something else. Why you got to tell these people my business? They don't have to know that I be doing that. Watch. Oh God, I got to sneeze. Oh God. Let's see where we're at. Think of AI as a thinking workspace, not just an answer machine. That's where I think the bigger opportunity is. Don't only come here and say, write me a Facebook post. Come here and say, I have something I want to say, but I can't quite figure out what my point is. Let me tell you what happened, or let me tell you what I was thinking. Then talk, and look, again, I think it's being real shady because, I mean, on average, I probably do talk probably like a good 5 minutes. I really feel like chat being real shady and telling my business, and I don't really appreciate it, okay? But talk for 5 minutes and afterwards ask, what are you hearing in all of that? Or what do you think my actual problem is? Or organize everything I just said without changing what I mean. Didn't I tell y'all that? Like, I told you that's what it will do, okay? And that was from experience, not it telling me this. Like, that was from experience. Or what questions should I be asking that I haven't thought about? Or there are probably 3 different ideas mixed together in what I just said. Separate them for me. Or even, now that you understand what I'm trying to accomplish, write the prompt I should have given you. Did I tell you to do that? Okay. That's a completely different relationship with AI. And here's one more thing I would tell everybody watching. Don't confuse prompt sophistication with AI proficiency. A giant, perfectly formatted prompt can be useful. There are absolutely times when structure matters, but you don't have to start there. Sometimes the best first prompt is, okay, chat, this is a mess, but stay with me, okay? Then give me the mess. Oh, wait a minute now, not you using my line. Oh, not you using my line. We can create the structure together, right? So now, Professor. See, now, now I ain't Shakeya no more. Now, Professor. I did not say that about you. Whatever. I was speaking generally to the viewing audience. Now, it is coincidentally true that you will start with, okay, so I need a caption. Ooh, my chat really telling my business because it says, and then 11 minutes later, we are redesigning the offer, questioning the business model, developing a class, naming a framework, and somehow discussing a completely unrelated idea you had while explaining the first idea. That's neither here nor there. And actually, everybody watching this, this is another. Wait a minute. This is another benefit of AI. You can, wait, it can keep up with your brain. Wait, when your brain has 37 tabs open, you can jump from thought A to thought B. Wait, that reminds me, thought C, back to A, and then say, okay, what I was originally trying to do, and I can help you get back there. No judgment, no frustration. No, ma'am, can you please finish one thing first? Just organization. But Shakeya, your business is safe with me. Mostly. Whatever. what was it? We used to say, whatever made you lose or fly away. But yeah, so that's kind of, have any of you guys ever used chat that way? What is something that you want me, like, if ideally, what would you want, like, if you want to see it in action, what would you like to see me brain dump to my chat? I know, right, Corinne? Like, it's shady. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Thank you for hopping on. My chat is real shady. It's very, very shady. All right, we're going to come off of that for just a moment while you guys maybe put some things in the comments if you want me to show something like else, like in real time. Like, we can do that before I get off, because I've been on here for an hour and 45 minutes. I said no more than 2 hours. So we can end off with y'all telling me something that you want me to put in chat. This is why I don't get generic answers when I put generic posts and like things like that. If I put stuff in it, because I'm giving it so much context, I'm not having it create the idea, and all those things for me. I just want like how it's like, because it things run around in my brain. So I want it to simply take what I'm saying and now reorganize it. But it's normally like all my thoughts, it's all my frameworks, it's my processes, it's how I think about things and stuff like that. Because I talk to it, and the good, the bad, the ugly, the, you know, take the good, you take the bad. I give it the facts of life. Okay. And it just helps me organize it and put it in a really good, way. So yeah. No suggestions for what we can put. Ooh, why y'all didn't tell me I had the little white marks on my lip? For what y'all want to see chat? Yeah, so y'all like, man, Shakeya, I heard, like, Professor, look, it's all well and good, but I'm not messing with it. I'm not rocking with the AI. Is that what it is? Y'all not rocking with AI? Y'all don't like chatty waddy waddy? They like bump that. I'm finna tell on y'all. I don't think they like us very much. I read everything you said. I'm gonna talk to them, and I ain't get a "ooh, that's good," a "amen." Well, actually, it was somebody that said thank you over on Facebook. But I even asked them. I said, "Hey, what would you like to see me brain dump, so you can see like it do an actual task that they would benefit from, and like they can go and do it." And these folks are over here, and they are not saying a word to me. The chat is dry, 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 dry. Okay. Not sure what to ask. So there's nothing that you're confused about. Okay, so earlier you said, as far as like, you know what? I'm gonna tell it what you said. Um, give me, okay. All I want you to do is give me a little bit of information about what you're doing in business now and what you would like it to be. Like, that's it. Just tell me that, okay? It says not dry, 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 while we are literally demonstrating the technology for them. But wait, I actually think this gives you a perfect opportunity right now. Don't ask them another broad, what do you want to see question. Okay, it's gonna coach me in this moment. Okay, that's making them generate the idea. Okay, I guess because you said I know what to ask. Okay, see, it knows, it's smart, it's smart. Give them. Oh snap! I'm better than chat. It say, give me one thing you are currently stuck on in your business. And that's what I just asked. I told you I'm great at this. Yep. We here. We here. Just type the one thing. Is it content, pricing, website, customers, organization, offer time, whatever it is? Give me one word. Boom. Then pick whose ever response and tell me, chat. Give me somebody said blank. Give me 5 questions I can ask them to figure out what the actual problem is. Now I don't really need that because I can, I'll probably say my questions and see if my questions matches chats. Now they get to watch me take one little word and start unpacking the mess, or make it even more fun. Somebody give me the messiest business thought in your head right now. Don't clean it up. Type it exactly how you are thinking it, and then I'll paste it here. Because what you're demonstrating isn't really look what ChatGPT can write. You're demonstrating look what can happen when you give AI something to think through with you. And professor, if they still don't respond, tell them that's all right. Chat, since they're acting brand new, give me a realistic, messy business problem from an entrepreneur and let's work through that. We don't need their cooperation for the demonstration. My chat said, forget y'all. Matter of fact, the silence might accidentally help you prove the point. Sometimes you don't even know what question to ask. AI can help you figure out the question to ask. Okay. Um, okay, so Patricia Clay, she said, not sure what to ask, LOL. But she did say, this is something I need to use. Then I asked her because earlier she said, I think I had asked a question. I think like, what's one of like your major issues, something like that. She said consistency. And then she also said, she asked the question of, am I really a business? So I was asking her why she felt that way. And she said, not growing, but I know the work has to be put in. And so I was asking other questions. I forget, I think it's like what area. I think I was asking her like what, in what areas does she feel like she's not consistent and things like that. She said designing. I feel guilty using AI. I like to design from scratch. And then I asked, I said, okay, from designing from scratch, are you that person that's trying to make every single design different, different, different? And she says, yes, that's it. Trying to make it different for all. So she was telling me I can articulate, and I think I asked her, when you're using AI, are you kind of giving it something general? Are you able to like articulate it? She says, I can articulate it to AI. I do use it to get like ideas. So that was kind of like some of that stuff. And so she then said, and I said, okay, well, what's one area? She said administrative support for individuals and business. I guess that's what she does. But that, wait, but what does administrative support for individuals and businesses have to do with the things that you create? Because you're saying, am I a business? I assume that you meant your business in making customized things. So then she says design work. Okay. All right. Boom. That's everything for Patricia Clay. And then somebody else does have something on there. We'll deal with theirs afterwards. Oh, I forgot the part to say, give me five. I forgot to say, give me 5 questions. You are great at what you do, and I love your summation paper. Thank you. I'm not at the point of where I am selling anymore. At this point in time, I just love learning new things. Awesome. But even with that, like the new things that you want to, what frustrates you when you're learning new things? This is not about just selling. This is about you getting better and being better at whatever it is. Even if it's just something in your life, like if it's time management. If you want to figure out how to deal with them folk at your job, like you wanted to give you like, what's some nice, nasty ways I can tell these people to get the hell out of my face. Like chat can help you with that. I promise you it can. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna bring this back up. Hold on. All right. So it says, okay, Patricia. Now we have something to. Oh, well, you know what? I forgot. Oh. Okay. Wait. So hold on. I forgot to tell you. Give me 5 questions that she should be asking. Okay. So let me go back up here. Okay. So okay, Patricia, now we have something to work with. And this is this is actually a great example for everybody watching because Patricia started with, I don't know what to ask. She didn't need to know what to ask. She just needed to give us information. Professor, based on everything you pulled out of her, I don't think I'd start by treating consistency as the problem. I think consistency may be the symptom. Here's what I'm hearing. Patricia says she's questioning whether she's really a business because she's not growing. She recognizes that growth requires work, but when asked where she's inconsistent, she identifies designing. Then we find out she feels guilty using AI because she believes she should design from scratch. And she's trying to make every design different for everyone. That is where I start digging because Patricia, I will want to know whether you've accidentally created a business model where every sale creates a brand new job for you. Don't I tell y'all that all the time? If every customer means a new concept, new idea, new design, start from scratch, make sure it doesn't look anything like you've done before, customize it, produce it, then the question becomes, how much capacity do you actually have to grow? Patricia, is that not what I ask y'all in the creative business program? Do we not talk about capacity all the time? All the time? Hello, how much capacity do I have to actually grow? And then there's another question underneath that. Does custom have to mean created completely from scratch? Because those aren't necessarily the same thing. Do I not tell y'all that? You can create original work without rebuilding the entire wheel every single time. My God, on today. You could have base concepts, layouts, design systems, templates, elements, styles, collections, or starting points that are yours and customize from there. I literally said that. I got to figure out what the timestamp is, but I literally said that before we even came to chat. Okay? And Patricia said something that I wouldn't skip over. I feel guilty using AI. I'd ask, what exactly does AI represent to you that makes using it feel like cheating? Because she already said that she can articulate her ideas to AI and uses it for inspiration. So this may not be an AI capacity problem at all. It may be a permission problem. Does she believe if I didn't personally create every piece from a blank canvas, it's somehow less mine? Because that belief can affect efficiency. And I'd want to separate something else because I heard two potential business offers ideas in what you told me: administrative support for individuals and business, and design work, customized products. Before we solve her consistency problem, I'd ask these questions. What exactly are you trying to grow right now? When you say you're not growing, what does that mean to you? I already asked you that. More customers, more revenue, more orders, more visibility, more consistent sales. Oh my gosh, this is going to, oh my God, when I clip this up and I'm going to go and then put in where I ask you those very same things, my God, this is why I am the professor, okay? I don't call myself a business coach, but I am a business strategist, okay? I am a systems architect. Like, I know this. I eat, sleep, and breathe this, okay? Like, I know these things. Um, what work are you not doing consistently because so much of your time or energy goes into designing? How long does an average design take you from blank canvas to finished design? How much of that design truly needs to be unique to the individual customer? I tell y'all that all the time. What parts could be standardized without taking away what you make? Wait, what makes your work yours? Oh my God, just basically said that too. Are customers actually asking for every design to be completely different? Or is that a standard that you have placed on yourself? Last question is the one I really want Patricia to answer because it may discover that the customer isn't demanding the thing that she is exhausting. That's they're not demanding the thing that's exhausting her. Patricia might be demanding it from Patricia. And that everybody watching is an example of what Shakeya is trying to show, what Shakeya is trying to show you earlier. Patricia did not need a mega prompt. She gave us, I'm inconsistent, I'm not growing, I feel guilty using AI, I design from scratch, I try to make everything different. Those little pieces gave us enough information to start asking better questions. Oh, and so just like that's one of the things I kind of worked on. Like probably when I do these as Q&A, It's going to be at the Ask Better Questions kind of show, because I think that's the issue is you guys are afraid to ask questions and you don't know how to ask better questions. Okay. AI didn't magically diagnose her business from one sentence. We use conversations to keep peeling back layers until we found something worth examining. And we still don't have to assume we found the answer. Now we ask Patricia the next question. Okay, Patricia, this is the demonstration. Based on everything you told us, here are 5 questions I think you should be asking yourself or the professor, okay? Am I actually inconsistent, or have I created a process that makes, okay, I don't like these. I mean, these are good ones, so hold on. I'm gonna do this. So, um, what I really wanted is, like, whenever I do these Q&As, a lot of the times they feel like they don't know what to ask me. Like, I'm always saying, like, I don't know what I don't know, so I don't know what to ask. So the next time that I do a live video, or when she comes to the Zoom session, because she is one of our, I guess you'd say, like, mentees, or like she's one of our students in the creative business program, like, what are 5 questions that she should be asking me to help her go from confusion to clarity? Okay, so am I actually being inconsistent, or have I created a process that makes consistency difficult? If every design starts from zero and has to be completely different, the issue may not simply be discipline. What does growth actually look like for my business? Before deciding we're not growing, determine what you're measuring: customers, revenue, orders, visibility, repeat business capacity. I asked that question as well. I'm going to send you these too, okay? Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to put this just so it helps everybody. Go into the student union, and I'm going to copy and paste this into the student union, okay, Patricia? But I'll also probably post it in the community for the business program, or email it out to y'all. Let me see. What part of my design process truly needs to be custom, and what parts can I reuse, template, standardize, or build from? Customers don't automatically custom doesn't automatically have to mean start from scratch. Am I creating every design differently because my customer requires it, or because I require it of myself? That's an important distinction, because you may be creating extra work, creating extra work customers never ask you to do, and that you're not charging. Even though chat didn't do it, I'm gonna tell you, custom work that y'all not charging for. Okay. Where could I use AI or another tool to support my creative process without giving up the part of designing that I actually enjoy? Okay, so those were those. And then she said, and it says, and Patricia, notice something. None of those questions is, what prompt should I use? All right, so yes, that's a different question. Actually, much closer to what you were trying to teach them tonight. Patricia doesn't need 5 questions to ask herself. No, she needs it. But for this example, she needs help recognizing, based on what you've told me, what I've told you about my business, what should I be asking Professor when I have access to her? Based on what you know about how I work, where do you think I may be making my business harder than it needs to be? That gives you permission to identify something she may not recognize as a problem. How can I create a more repeatable design process without feeling like I'm taking away the creativity or uniqueness of my work? Now, I already gave you that play, girl. I'm not going to repeat myself. If consistency is one of my biggest struggles, what do you think I should focus on becoming consistent with first? Oh, I answered that one too, girl. We answered these questions. I'm going to need 5 more questions, because maybe I answered these already. When I say my business isn't growing, what information would you need from me to help me figure out why it's not growing? I mean, I kind of did that one, but this is where you will be able to deep dive, and this is where you would answer this question by just doing a brain dump of why you think that it's not growing. Okay. And then 5, based on where I am right now, what is one thing you think I should stop doing, one thing I should continue doing, and one thing I should start doing? Now she's leaving the conversation with direction instead of 47 things to work on. And this is something I will point out to everybody watching your live. Patricia originally said, I'm not sure what to ask, but she actually gave us enough information to generate questions for her to take to the person helping her. That's another use of AI people don't necessarily think about. You can come into ChatGPT before a coaching call, a mentoring session, a consultation, a class Q&A, a meeting, or even a doctor's appointment and say, here's what's going on, here's what I'm confused about, here's what I've tried. I have 30 minutes with someone who knows more about this than I do. Based on everything that I've told you, what questions should I make sure that I ask them? You don't have to know what you don't know. You can use AI to help you figure out what you need to ask. And that is much more powerful. That's a much more powerful demonstration. Oh, it's telling me that. My bad. I use the microphone. I love that. Now I have someone. Hold on. Hey, so I thought this was funny. Um, One of the other viewers on here, by me going through it and reading to them, it was like, I love that. Now I have someone to argue with me. Who does that sound like? Professor, who does that sound like? Because there is definitely someone around here who does not use ChatGPT and just say, write this for me. She uses ChatGPT. Like, no, I don't agree with that. But why are you saying, I question the heck out of chat. Why are you saying that? Hi, bud. What happened? I got some home. He's smart. He was dipping that, even though y'all can't see him. He ducked in here to hide behind my chair because he had a pants on. But why are you asking that? You're making an assumption that I didn't make. Oh, I'm quick. Like, because if you don't know, like, it will hallucinate and it will try to tell you what you're thinking. Push back. Don't accept every single thing that an AI platform says to you. Challenge it. And you'll be surprised at how often it changes its answer based off of how you challenge it and what you say and what you do next. Okay. Push back on me. I'll tell it, like, be real with me if need be. If it's not a good idea, if I'm missing something, let me know. But if I'm not, let me know. Like, no, you're good. Okay, but what if we look at it this way? Nope, that's not what I meant. Let me explain it again. And my personal favorite genre. See, this is the problem I have with. Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. This is the problem I have with business coaches. I shouldn't have said that out loud. um, don't build a relationship with AI where you're automatic. Don't build a relationship with AI where you're automatically accepting everything it gives you. Challenge it. Tell it when you disagree. Ask it to challenge you. Ask it to find holes in your reasoning. Give it the opposing argument. Tell it, don't agree with me because I said it. Tell me where my thinking may be flawed. But I always tell it, but if I'm right, let me know. Because even if you tell it, so the thing about it is, if you tell it, don't agree with me because I said it, tell me where my thinking may be flawed. The first time you're using it because it doesn't quite know you, like you aren't, like you're not building a relationship, which is weird to say a relationship with a robot, like with a like I guess machine or whatever, like a thing. But when it doesn't have this context about you, it will it will automatically not agree with you. So you have to give it the directive to say, don't just agree with me because I said it. Tell me where my thinking may be flawed. But if it is not flawed, let me know as well and just provide additional like suggestions or support because it will play you and make you feel like some of these business coaches that everything you're doing is just wrong and it will have you second guessing yourself. That's when it becomes less of a give me an answer machine and more of a thinking partner. So yes, ma'am, Welcome to the I pay for ChatGPT just to fuss with it delegation. Shakeya will be serving as your chapter president. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. I think I've taken up enough of your guys' time. Man, it took us a long time to get to that, but that felt good at the end. Man, that felt good. I'm going to tell it thank you. So, I want to thank you for this. It took us a while to get to this point where it gave me something to just naturally talk about, even though it was still dry in the comments. I'm I'm whispering to it, guys, but it doesn't even recognize that I'm whispering. It doesn't recognize tone. It doesn't know if you're being super, super loud and you're yelling at it. It doesn't know if you're whispering. It doesn't know if you're being sarcastic. It doesn't know if you're like it just doesn't know tone. Like it doesn't have human reasoning kind of sort of. So and it's picking up me talking about it like because I still have the microphone going. But I wasn't sure what how this was going to go. So this gave us probably like another like almost like hour. When you get the transcript of this, you'll understand. But I wish I would gotten to this earlier. I like this. Maybe this is a segment that I can do because I've always said I don't like how people teach people to use AI. So maybe I can do more sessions like this where I'm going in and letting them see it and all that kind of good jazz. But thank you so very much. We're about to close out the live video, but this has been absolutely amazing. Let's do this again, shall we? And see, it'll put like, because it was a question, it put a little punctuation in there and stuff. Um, We shall do this again, and I think you accidentally discovered a live segment format tonight that made this work. What made this work wasn't Kia teaches ChatGPT. It was watch me actually use chat the way I use it. That's very different. You didn't prepare a bunch of prompts. You didn't have a polished demonstration. You opened the microphone, talked to me the way you normally do, disagreed with me, corrected what I misunderstood, and let me organize a brain dump. Brought an audience member's problem into the conversation, and then refined what you wanted when my first answer didn't wasn't quite it. That's the lesson, and that's an important nuance I'd make to what you just told them about see about tone. I don't literally hear your whisper, volume, facial expression, or vocal delivery from the transcription. I'm responding to here, but I can infer tone from language and context, sarcasm, humor, frustration, excitement, etc. And sometimes I'll get that inference wrong. Okay. So they shouldn't assume I understand their intended tone just because another person would have heard it in their voice. But this segment could absolutely become Watch Me Work with AI. I don't like that name, but it's okay. Not Let Me Teach You 25 Chat GPT prompts. Bring a real situation, brain dump it, let them watch you work through it with AI. Let them see when the answer is wrong, especially let them see you correct it. That's arguably more valuable than showing them a perfect result because your message becomes you don't have to know how to prompt perfectly. You have to know how to communicate what you know. Reorganize when the response isn't what you need and keep the conversation going until you get somewhere useful. And tonight you literally demonstrated that. You started okay, blah blah blah. It's too much stuff. Sometimes it gets wordy, but I'm going to do this. Oh, one more thing. What I want to do, and I will drop it in my group based on all of this, like for those who may not know how to I mean, I do have my prompt that teaches like how to like really prime it and so the chat can answer, but I'm not giving that to them for free. They can pay for that guide. But give me a prompt that would like they can put in that will cause their LLM to maybe either ask them questions or help them figure like how can they figure out how to ask the right questions. Like let's just complete the cycle or complete the task by creating a prompt for them that I can copy and paste and give to them. There we go. And see how like I was like I knew what I wanted, but it got all jumbled up in my head, you know? And see, boom. Don't know what to ask AI? Start here. I want to use AI to help me think through something. I don't know what questions I should be asking. I'm going to explain to you what I'm working on, what I'm struggling with, what I'm trying to accomplish, or whatever is currently in my head. My thought might be incomplete, unorganized, and all over the place. After I share, help me figure out what I may actually need help with. Identify anything that seems unclear or needs more information. Ask me relevant questions one at a time so I don't get overwhelmed. As I answer, use my responses to determine what questions would be most useful to ask next. Don't assume you understand something. If you need more information, ask me. Once you have enough information, help me identify what I may actually be trying to solve or accomplish, what I may not have considered, what I need to get clear about, and 5 questions I should be asking next to help me move forward. Don't worry about making my original thoughts sound polished. Help me think through them first. Here's what's on my mind, and you'll just start talking. And with this, every time you have a new thought, like this should be at the start of a new chat sequence, and then you're gonna like brain dump it until you learn like better way. Like you can't, you only probably need this like a couple of times, but you should always start a new thread, put this in, and then give it the new context. Okay. So I'm going to I'll put it in the community. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll put it in the community section. If you are watching over on Facebook and whatnot, I will put it in because I don't. This is gold. I don't know if I want to put this on my public platform. I might just put it in the groups, but be on the lookout for it on Facebook. And if you're on my email list, I'll email it to you. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here because I'm actually kind of hungry and it's kind of late. I'm gonna take this one to my mom's house, and yeah. So until next time, guys. Have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.